Glad to join us from wherever you are. We're expecting a great one. We have the opening face-off.
Illegal procedure on the Bells, leaving the box early.
So a penalty against the Bells early, and they may get slashed, but nope, they don't run a flag.
You know what? I appreciate that. Early in the semifinal.
James Harden. So here's the Gators with the ball here. No score early again on the campus of St. The number 2 seeded Gators facing the number 3 seeded Bells. So we have a shot and a save there by the Bells, backed up by the Gators. And no bounce for Bells on the Varsity. Carolina blue, John Tompkins blue. What are we going to go with?
Carlos, you're probably the son of the jerseys.
We'll go with Carolina blue.
Carolina blue. It's a little darker here. Inside. Slow, 2 early shots. First slow, he made a really nice save. Looks like Bellarmine started on the zone. No surprise there, Carlos.
No, they played zone virtually all season. Of interest, too, on the Bellarmine defense is the fact that number 11, Dom Bravo, is on the sideline now. He had been in street clothes the last few games, so he's dressed but obviously not quite well enough to get the start. He's normally the best of them.
Number 10 for the Bells, Justin Lee also.
That's correct.
There's a shot and a save there. By the Bells goalie, Lou Harvey, senior. A couple nice saves there early on. The Bells are going to have their first possession.
You can see it happen Billy Barnds again. He was one of the bright spots in the Orlando lost that side.
A week ago, if the Gators, whoever wins this game, is going to face the winner of SI and Menlo, who are playing down in San Francisco this afternoon as well. The final game would be at the higher seeds home on Friday.
Bellarmine runs a very, very patient offense, as they do with defense. They control the ball, they try and wear you down, try and make a mistake. So their offense doesn't always look like they're attacking the cage. But it's like Novocaine, just give it time and it usually works.
Owen Bennett is there with the ball, number 19, and here's number 20.
Bennett also set out the quarterfinal game. Chris Smales got most of the time, but it looks like he's back on the field.
Yeah, Owen Bennett,
Covered by Alex Bean. He's a tough matchup. It's tall, really rangy. 6'5", he's committed to go play a little early in 2 years. I always found left-handers tough to keep as defenders of the Gators.
The senior Tommy Barnds, the All-American.
Saved by the Bells. Sacred Heart backs up and retains possession.
Shot there. You thought he might sling it high and low, but he kind of took a little something off of it. The goalie was ready for it. The Gators still have possession here. No score. 9:15 left in the first here. Live from Atherton, California. Sacred Heart hosting Bellarmine Prep here in the semifinal matchup of the WCAL.
Harvey was hot in the quarterfinals as well, made a ton of saves, stood on his head a little. He can continue that momentum today to make it tough.
5, Joey Sonsini. 2 is Larry Hart up top, number 7, Tommy Barnds, over to 5, Sonsini. You see the sophomore, number 9, Ben Ramsey behind cage for the Gators. This is his second game back off the foot. He played a little bit in the Gators on Monday. Yeah, you see the first goal of the game by the sophomore, Billy Barnds.
Sacred Heart goal by number 6, Billy Barnds, unassisted.
What'd you see there, guys?
Barnes gets you on the top of his defense. It's one of the things we've talked about all season long. If you can get over the top, get positive angle over the goal, you're going to be in good shape. Let's go, Barnes is able to do that. He's a great shooter. Tough not to be that good of a shooter 4 feet away. In this case, he's looking there.
There's a nice look there to feed him as well. So here we're going to have a face-off. Second one of the afternoon between the senior Joey Dahlkemper of SHP. And who do we have facing off the Bells?
That's Aaron Rossi.
It's Aaron Rossi.
He'll take the majority of their face-offs to start, but also bring Cornbell at 7.
The Bells come up with this one. They won the first one, but immediately turned it over on the procedure. So here we go again with the Bells with the ball in their stick.
Great ground ball. the speed.
Bells in their half-court offense. Gators in their half-court defense. Full strength for each squad, 6-on-6 here. Brian Harder. Ground ball. Scoop. Paul Barton, but it's still loose.
Second hard back.
Fun scramble there, guys. Gators coached by Chris Rotelli. The Bells coached by John Alpazar. Gators, the defending WCAL champs from a year ago. They really want to get back to the championship game, obviously, and I think they will face SI.
Jackson's revenge there, I'm sure.
There's Tommy Barnds said it was a goal, but the refs said it was.
Can you see that on replay?
And Ben Ramsey, number 9, still thinks it was. But we have no official replay, obviously, here at high school lacrosse. So it's Bell's ball. There's a nice feed by Bennett. Ball scooped. Chris Bilk. That's Max Lutz with the ball, number 5.
I will say, Bellarmine in their first couple of possessions hasn't been as deliberate as we've seen them be in the past. They're getting some good looks early, and I think they're taking shots more quickly than they might otherwise.
That's a good look from
Bennett. Bennett evens the score at 1. A very nice dodge. Took a licking, kept on ticking, and put it in the back of the net to tie the game at 1.
It's an interesting matchup. I'm sure Dean is used to facing some small attackers. Bennett is about 6'3".
Bell's goal by number 18, Owen Bennett, unassisted.
He's a different physical challenge than some of the guys he's played in the past. He's a big, strong kid. He plays a lot of lacrosse. And doesn't mind handling the ball tight like he did just there.
I expect him to have a lot of success there. Sort of 3 guys on
Rossi came up with that face-off, loses it pretty much immediately. And here come the Gators. The Gators' defense has been feisty so far. Here comes Will Weisel, number 12. He lines and shoots, but it's wide. Backed up by the white uniform home SHP Gators. Ben Ramsey, number 9, a sophomore. His first real-time back coming off a foot injury that caused him to miss. One of them, 6 or 7 games. That was about the second week. Wiser up top of the heart. Over to Sonsini. Sonsini looks to dodge. To slow. Inside the Wiser, who sticks it in for a 2-1 lead for SHP. A great look there.
Sacred Heart goal by number 12, Wilson Weisel. Assist by number 26, Max
I
Slope.
think they can play zone, to be honest. Not at least.
Let's go, Joey! Come on, Joey!
Legal procedure on Sacred Heart, moving early, Bell's ball.
We have a procedure against the Gators that gives the Bells the ball off the face-off. Bells trail 2-1, just under 5:30 here to play in the open court.
Barnds just took his hand.
Way to go, Paul!
Sure did. Just took it right out of his stick. I don't even think the ball hit the ground.
I didn't see that.
Beast. He's swinging across the field. Here come the Gators on the break. They settle into their half-court set. Max Slope, a freshman, number 26, who had the last goal to give the Gators a 2-1 lead. As has it again. Up top to Hart, senior. Close to the senior and sophomore Hayden.
Yeah, they've got a handful of juniors, so Weisel, Joe Watchers, Ryan Beller, guys who get some time for
Hello. Hi, I'm tired.
Sacred Heart backs up and retains possession.
Oh, 2 shots in a row. Aaron for Larry Hart. The Gators maintain
Shot by Larry Hart. Sacred Heart retains possession.
the All-American, and it's climbing up the record books here, guys, at SHP. Their final game on Monday, he became the career points leader at SHP and the career season total points leader as well. He's 5 behind Frankie Howard for career points leader. It's just finishing off an incredibly illustrious career as Tommy Barnds. Max Slow. Shea to the right. Dodges passing, puts it in. 3-1 lead for the Gators as Sloat has scored the last 2 goals of the game. And SHP leads Bellarmine 3-1. It's a lot of inside easy goals.
Bellarmine may want to take a little time to discuss this, but it looks like they're
Facing off for Bellarmine, number 12, Aaron Rossi. And for Sacred Heart, number 16, Joey Dahlkamper.
Goal in a row there, guys. You know, Greg, last time
Come
we
on,
saw
Joey!
SHP was a week ago when the freshman Slow played like a freshman. I know the coach was saying he was playing. The coach would told us, you know, he felt like that. A really nice game this afternoon. And so far, that's been totally true. He has the last 2. He said
one assist. Billy Barnes has got 1, and then Wilson has got the other.
Oh, Weisel put in his My apologies. It was Sloat who fed us. My apologies. You're right. It was Will Weisel. So 1 goal each for Weisel, Billy Barnes, and Max. We know it's 3-1 SHP as they go on the offense again. Here's Sloat again. Good shot and a nice save there by the Bells keeper, Lou Harvey. They look clear. 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Bells trail by 2. That's picked off by Weisel like a safety in football. He's just right there and intercepts it, and here he comes. He dumps it to Sloat, who puts it in the net for a 4-1 lead for SHP. Now Max Sloat
Sacred Heart goal by number 26, Max Slow, his second of the day. Assist by number 12, Wilson Weisel.
just predicting the future there.
A little prophetic. As you may hear in the background here, we may have to check the Guinness Book of World Records. This might be the youngest announcer in the history of lacrosse, as Greg Michael here is feeding his young daughter Caroline right next to us. We may have a little cry, but don't worry, she's feeding milk from her. Start time's tough on everybody.
That was a devastating turnover for the Bellarmine. It's a great save. They get the outlet. Trying to stare the guy down, trying to force the mistake. Never a good idea. It's not something that
He was in there with nice pass. Weisel was back there. Here come the Bells, looking for a goal before the end of the quarter. Down by 3. Now under 2 minutes to play. So they work it around.
Let's go, defense! Go back. Job back.
I believe that was Wilt. That took a rough page there.
Mac Anderson. Beautiful hits move between Peterson and really walks right by him.
Yeah, Evan Kaiser buries it high past Cody Weed for Bell's second goal of the game. They now trail 4-2.
We've seen a couple of situations where the defense on the Sacred Heart.
Let's go, Joey!
Bell's goal by number 28, Evan Kaiser.
One or sometimes 1-on-3. And by not handling your matchups, also go down. And Dom Bravo has made his first appearance for Bellarmine. Coach Alpazar has decided
Blue. Let's get that up long pole here on the near side of the field. As the Bells got the turnover, now they look to clear with about a minute 10 left here in the first quarter. The goalie still has the ball. And here come the Bells down the left side. 4-2 your score. SHP leading Bellarmine here in the semifinal matchup. WCAL Playoffs Championship game on Friday.
Bellarmine can squeeze another one here in this last 15 seconds. They will be terrific shape for something this game is the last shot here. I'm sure that Coach Alpazar is going to the cage on this until they get there maybe 10 or 15 seconds.
30 seconds left right now. Bells down by 2 with the ball. Closing seconds in the opening quarter here in Athens.
Surely it adds.
Grand Haven.
There we go, there we go!
Great slide.
Great defense by the Gators as they come up with it. 7 seconds to play. Here comes Bean across the midfield to Weisel, who shoots and scores! A beautiful goal by Will Weisel.
Sacred Heart goal by number 12, Wilson Weisel, his second of the day. Assist by number 11, Alex Bean.
That is an absolute dagger. Bellarmine with the chance to close it to 4-3 with the ball. And Weisel comes down and takes one. We'll have to take a look at the replay. Look to me to be outside the box. It was
That was deep, and great job there by Weisel. I don't know how he knew how much time was left because the clock was at his back. So he didn't know how much time was left, and he gets it off just in the nick of time. A tremendous play by Bean, and then Weisel to settle it in the back of it.
That is, hurts to get one up like that.
There's your quarter.
And at the end of the first quarter, Sacred Heart Prep 5, Bellarmine Bells 2.
Could have scored there. They turned it over. They could have cut it to 1, but they're going to go to the quarter break down by 3. It's 5-2 SHP over Bellarmine. At the end of 1, we'll be right back.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Down there.
Second quarter getting underway here, guys. Semifinal matchup between Lawton and SHP
In goal for Sacred Heart, number 23, Cody Weave, and for Bellarmine, number 30, Lewis Harvey.
Slide over, slide over, slide over.
More production by the senior Tommy Barnds.
Sacred Heart goal by number 7, Tommy Barnds. Assist by number 2, Larry Hart.
And I feel like in my experience of watching him play, if he's going to get that shot on your defense, you haven't watched any film, or you're not prepared to play one of the best players for him. You cannot give him that easy of a look for bouncing off his area every time.
Again by Paul. Great. Check by Wiseman.
Hold on Sacred Heart. Bellarmine will be man up.
That's the second time I've seen a turnover created by the SHP defense on that night there. They're going to double not get any chance to get contact.
Let's go, defense! Let's go!
That was sticking in the net. That's Max Lux. Max Lux scores
Really good ball.
Bellarmine goal by number 5, Max Lux.
At the end of the quarter. Bellarmine has a chance at worst to come this quarter 4-2, maybe 4-3.
Assist by number 28, Evan Kaiser.
This game look very different. As Coach Wagner said, I think
Come on, Gators!
Coach Rotelli was very satisfied at 5-2. I don't know in the exact same game if he's satisfied at 4-3. No, it was a number of chance. Awesome.
Good job.
Bell's ball down, 10-11 to play in the first half. He has 75
Alex! Play ball! No! You can overrule him!
Bean got it, turns it right back on the line.
Bean comes up, did not hit off the
Timeout, Sacred Heart, their first of the half.
Coach Rotelli of the Gators is going to take a timeout. We're going to take one with him. 63 SHP here in the second quarter.
That ship sailed. many for in 10 years.
Got 5 weeks left. Okay. That's not like that.
Welcome back. University of Denver, midfielder and attacker West Point, Army, defense. Also, we should say Carlos. Also, the head coach of the national. So we've got a star-studded cast here at the wherever you are, is SHP 65.
Come on, guys. Let's go, Gators!
He plays on, so he played a great team
Okay, slings it high. Up there by Haggerty.
Not being
They do, and I will say that they've extended out that sacred work that you see. Respect for the outside shooters and able to get an edge against the
Sacred Heart goal by number 7, Tommy Barnds, unassisted. His second of the day.
He gives the Gators a 7-3 lead.
As much as you are, Mike, I'm just worried about it.
I'm sorry, Becky. Obviously, the opponent's different. Here's 7-3 lead. Here's Tommy Barnds. Looking to make things happen. Nice save again by Blue Hardy.
back up the shot. Back up the shot.
Timeout Bells, their first of the half.
Timeout to maintain possession. We'll take one away. 7-16.
Side.
said they're playing better than they had a weird, like, tip ball that put it up with, you know, others. You can't afford it. Oh, no. Yeah. And that was I didn't see them.
No, and I think Bellarmine let it do it. Making that only make a decision. As a defenseman, if you thought you could get free, you know, between your own restraining line and midfield line, you'd love to see that 10-man between there.
I can't believe that.
Slash on Sacred Heart. Bellarmine will be man up.
They've got to get at least quality level. Their offense is
Bell's goal by number 13, Lawton, Corrigan.
I would say Bellarmine.
Let's go, Brody.
and you can see it there on that play.
Assist by 18, Owen Beck.
I think really shoots it well. Corrigan had both of those shots in tight. The first one, nice and the second one, that
Body.
I think if you stop reading in tight space, I think it makes them, either of them, I think, are going to have much success dodging in space against the defenseman of Sacred Heart. But they can continue to get in tight. I think it gives them some
Keep it hot, Blue.
No, and I sense it, especially these Sacred Heart defensemen like operating one-on-one in space, especially behind the
Sacred Heart goal by number 26, Max Sloat, his third of the day.
It's third goal of the afternoon. And it's a big winner goes to play. We have another face-off. That ball heads down to the left side.
Off the bell, Sacred Heart ball.
It is under those circumstances.
Timeout, Sacred Heart, their second and final timeout of the half.
Well, it wasn't so much on the turnover, but rather the last goal by Sacred Heart. In fact, the last couple of goals. Bellarmine plays this zone in part to protect on-ball defenders and make sure that they've got help everywhere. As you see, even now, the middle of this field is wide open. Bellarmine, especially, and I don't want to put words in the jump now, normally plays zone to protect the on-ball defender and bring some help. There it is again.
Sacred Heart goal by number 7, Tommy Barnds, his third of the day, unassisted.
Against one of the best attackmen, perhaps in WCAL history. Certainly, one of the best in Sacred Heart history. Leaving a defenseman on an island against that guy with no help in I'm not sure what their plan is, or perhaps they feel those off-ball guys are just too dangerous to leave alone for them. But it's going to be tough if they keep leaving great dodgers one-on-one against defenders without much help.
He's on the run down the left side. She gives it to guys who shoots and scores. It's now a 10-4 lead for SHP, and the Gators are rolling here in the seventh.
Sacred Heart goal by number 12, Wilson Weisel, his third of the day. Assisted by number 24, Cab William.
No, and this might be a
So that's Harris comes rumbling down the right side. There's Hart. As Dahlkamper comes off. It's interesting. We've seen that a bunch of times. We've seen the 6-on-5 scenario. Slow. Already 3 goals in the first half. He's behind the cage tag. Gets a pick from Tommy. And a shot. sails wide. Gators maintain possession with 2:46 to play, up 6 in the first half. Here's Tommy Barnds, looks to dodge from the game. They bring a double look. Here's Haggerty. He shoots it wide again, backed up by Sloat. 2:35 to play the first half. Sloat up top to Hart. Swings it up top. Very tight. Billy Barnes looks to slingshot wide. Still Gator ball. What do you see here from this defense? Have they made any adjustments?
Not so far. It looks like they're still getting similar looks. Yep, it sure does. A little bit of a Jason helping, maybe.
Haggerty, number 3 behind the cage. Feeds it to Tommy Barnds, who thought about pulling the trigger, but pulls it back. And now gets some space. Nice deflection there.
I agree.
And there's another tough turnover for the Bells. Here come the Gators on the attack. Carter. Beautiful save by Lou Harvey. Point blank. That was big time. So 2 nice defensive plays in a row by the Bells.
Sacred Heart in the 10-man again. Corrigan in the corner wide open. They're just leaving somebody low.
Yeah, that's all it is. They allow the 2 low to hang out low.
Now you got an opportunity to push in by Bellarmine. That's Bennett.
Bennett. He's a great decision maker.
So a goal there by Chris Bill cuts the deficit to 5. So it's 10-5.
He really is, you know, when a kid that size, sometimes you think of him as a guy who's going to try and bully him to the cage, but he's really a very subtle.
Bell's goal by number 8, Chris Wilk.
To play off.
Assist by number 18, Owen Bennett. His second assist of the day.
Run that down. Push him out.
It's a lot of good stuff. Won that face-off. They don't get much out of it. Bells get a turnover, and here they come on the run, on the break. They turn it over again. Back to the Gators. It's a 10-5 lead for the Gators. The Bells are done. They were hoping to cut that to 4 before the break. There's a physical play to the helmet of Alex Bean. Flat down.
You're a dude, Lonnie!
I will tell you, I happen to know that Corrigan and Bean are former club teammates. And I do know that one of them changed teams, and there may be a little bit of bad blood there between those 2 guys. I've seen them go after each other pretty hard in both directions so far. I don't know that there's a ton of love lost between 13 and 11 and 11.
Corrigan went
Push from behind with possession. On Bellarmine, Sacred Heart will be man up.
I'd like to know.
Quick score at the end of the first quarter. Menlo 3, St. Ignatius 3.
As you said, it looked like it was to the head, and he got away with a 30-second push.
So the Gators trying to score here with the man on the
Go, run away!
another whistle.
Timeout Bellarmine, their second and final timeout of the half.
So Coach Alpazar takes his second. Down 5. What do you think Coach Alpazar?
That would be nice.
Agreed, and I don't know that there's a better out for Bellarmine than it had there. Man down, and with Sacred Heart's best player standing on the doorstep with an opportunity to score to go up by 6, under 6 seconds before half. They turn it over. I don't know if Coach Kelly was going for the throat there.
So I was asking, what do you think that here shot there would have preferred to sit on and take the man out of the second?
Well, I think I said it right. It's a more personal move. Ball, Cavalier, and Paul Barton.
2 of their goals. Bellarmine still in the huddle, so coach John Alpazar is obviously trying to draw some offense before he goes into the locker room.
This is going to be a get too exotic. I think
I don't know why you would put that goaltender out there either. To me, there's enough space behind the goal to just try to run back. But bringing the goalie there, bringing that extra defender is not a smart move.
Offsides! You're offsides! Come on! You gotta shoot it.
And at the end of the first half, Sacred Heart found 10, Bellarmine 5.
First half, SHP over Bellarmine here in the semifinal matchup. Coach McKay is talking to the referee with his hands on his hips, not happy at all. It is a 5-goal lead for the Gators. Back to Sacred Heart. The semifinal match. Are we supposed to be second seed Gators? Third seed Michael Saxon. Why was here momentarily?
No, we're going
start the second. And Sacred Heart is still mad. They're on a hit with a booster, on a slippage. Here comes Paul Barton, the defensive long pole, pushes it up the field. Here come the Bells backfield away. Bells trail by 5 with 11:30 to play in the third quarter. Winner plays for the championship on Friday to face the winner of SI and the Men's. We have a shot there by the Gators.
Shot back up by Bellarmine. They retain possession.
Back to even strength now. That was a couple of interesting situations in place. A couple of interesting situations. Giving it up. A lot of excitement.
10-5, even strength. Bells are back. Coach Greg Weigels put the headset back. Fatherly things.
Oh, yes.
Just glad to have you here. There we see a shot by number 5. That's once again his second of the game, I believe. And it cuts the Bells' deficit to 4. It's 6 games.
Bellarmine goal by number 5, Max Lux, unassisted, his second of the day.
I like the aggressiveness of it being. I think one advantage of this is he has a lot of things because I think we could have been closer. We could have taken a shot. That's something I want to encourage.
Over and back on Bellarmine. Sacred Heart ball.
As he was a situation over there like that, the ball is already touching in the box. If he goes over the red line, it's automatically going to be a turnover. All he knows is box the defender out before the ball is
very well, guys. Despite
Here, like this.
Bellarmine goal by number 13, Lawton Corrigan, his second of the day. Assist by number 15, Ben Cottingham. Sacred Heart backs up and retains possession.
Tommy Barnds.
Slash on Bellarmine. Sacred Heart will be man up.
Slash against the Bells. It'll be a man up 6-5 advantage for the Gators.
That's junior Evan Kaiser in the box. You know, maybe he slashed him. The fact that was a slash that drew 2 flags is sort of beyond me. That didn't look that bad, did it, Carlos?
No, it didn't. In fact, I barely noticed it.
Well, both referees threw their flag. So here are the Gators with a man up. 6:40 to play in the third. Hart shuffles it. No, he keeps. They deked me. It went to Billy Barnes, now to Tommy Barnds.
Not fooled.
Back to Billy.
Did not fool the Bellarmine defense.
Sloat inside to Sonsini, who has his shot deflected. Ball goes up in the air. Ben Ramsey settles it.
Any idea what was wrong with Bravo to begin the game? He looks totally healthy to me, Carlos.
He is healthy, I think, or as healthy as he's going to be, although you notice he is not, or I noticed on the last even strength possession that he's not covering Barnes.
No, he's not. He's on Ramsey.
No,
I noticed that as well, which I thought was interesting.
Which you think maybe if he's at full strength, that's the matchup you want. Another big
right
save.
now he's on Sonsini as the ball trickles in past Harvey, and the Gators get the goal. It's now 11-7. That's a tough one for Harvey, who had made a couple real nice saves earlier in that sequence. What happened here?
I think Ben Ramsey just pokes it. But do we have it on replay?
I actually think it may have been flipped back by a Bellarmine defenseman, and maybe he mishandled the flip, or maybe
an own goal.
Maybe Sacred Heart. Somebody got a stick on that flip, but you saw the ball come up off a Bellarmine defenseman's stick, and I think it just slipped between his legs. Tough one.
So here's Dahlkemper and Rossi back at it. He's going to get scooped by the Gators and Cav Williams. He's turning on the Jets down the left side, guys. Fast break for SHP. Over to Weisel.
Oh, look back at Cav.
Late substitution again by Bellarmine, but they're going to get away with it again. Maybe not.
Weisel had his shot deflected. Gets it right back. Swings it over to Tommy Barnds.
Tottenham's going to be feeling that one tonight.
Yeah.
Billy Barnes. Over to Hart. Coming up on 5:30 remaining in the third. A 4-goal lead for the Gators. Ramsey. Up to Barnes. Over to Weisel. Back to Billy Barnes. And over to Larry Hart. So the Gators just swinging it around the perimeter here, setting up whatever they want. Coach Rotelli calling it from the sideline. Billy Barnes. Dumps it, and it's intercepted by the keeper, Harvey. It was intended for his older brother, Tommy, but it never got there. So the Gators turn it over, up 4, and here come the Bells looking to clear. Long outlet pass.
Carlos, did they go back into a zone there? I have a hard time telling what defense they're in because their zone is so unique looking, and SHP never got a true carry over the top to read it.
Exceptional
Big time check there by Paul Barton as the Gators are trying to take a bite out of the Bells. The Bells cycle it back around behind the cage. Up top, looks to shoot, pulls it back, dumps it down, and we've got another loose ball. And it's going to be backed up by the Gators. And a brilliant hustle play there by Carter to give his team possession as the Gators look to clear it up the left sideline as Cav Williams has trouble with it. Who's going to come up with it? It's going to be Larry Hart for the Gators. But not without a challenge there at the midline. But here come the Gators. Weisel to Sloat.
Bellarmine's defense gets so spread out in transition. It happens pretty much every time there's a transition opportunity. I mean, that's a base defenseman going up and meeting the ball at 30 yards or something.
This is the farthest I've seen them extend again a defense. I assume it's out of respect for the shooters here at Sacred Heart. But it seems to me like they are playing awfully extended. And to your point, it's hard to tell whether they're in a zone or a man-to-man.
Here's Barnes. The low shot saved by Harvey. Harvey's been brilliant.
Yeah, Harvey's starting to sit on Barnes a little bit low. I think when he drops his stick, if he can bring that ball back up top, he's going to roast
That's a
Harvey.
bad outlet pass, though, and he turns it right back over to the Gators. He missed his man. Here comes Tommy Barnds as the Bells race back in transition.
And I will tell you, from what I've seen of Harvey,
this is it. There's no reason that shot should happen.
No.
That's just bad transition defense. I mean, nice play by Sacred Heart Prep to take advantage of it.
Well, the freshman Max Sloat is the beneficiary as he has his 4th goal of the afternoon, and he gives the Gators a 5-goal lead. It's now 12-7 in transition for the Gators.
And another tough play in transition by Bellarmine. They're having a really tough time clearing the ball at times, and Sacred Heart's making them pay for it almost every time.
Here's the face-off. Dahlkemper had it, and he missed it. The Bells look to come up with it as the ball hits the turf again. But the Bells are going to get the possession here, down 5 with 3:20 to play in the third.
Carlos, what can you tell me about number 33, Luke Kultzis?
Not much. I've seen him play. He's a long stick midfielder. They use him a lot on wings. He's tall. He's rangy.
Mo Ryan, the assistant for the Gators, really wanted the flag there, and I think he's going to get it.
I think the crowd talked that ref into that one.
Because I tell you, I like Kaltzis so far. We picked on him a little bit earlier for getting spread out in transition, but he's made a couple really good plays. He passes the eye test.
He does.
So the Bells get rung up for a cross check. It's going to be a man-up situation for SHP and a 5-goal lead. Looks like the penalty goes against number 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's Owen Bennett.
Owen Bennett, his second trip to the box this afternoon. So 3:05 to play here in the third, guys. Michael Sachs alongside Greg Weigel and Carlos Trujillo. Great to have you with us here on this gorgeous Wednesday afternoon semifinal matchup here in Atherton.
That's two big physical plays that have cost Bennett penalties. He's probably gotten away with 3 or 4 more just on the other side of the line. But he's here to play a little bit physically without question.
Billy Barnes, the sophomore, slings it hard but a little wild left-handed. It goes way over the net. Ben Ramsey has it up to Tommy Barnds for the Gators.
Through the uprights, that should be worth
more.
3.
Here's
One
Ramsey.
more.
A bad angle stopped by Harvey. Tough angle.
Yeah, I think Ramsey's got to look one more inside to the crease or the backside to Max Sloat. Either one of those guys could have scored that.
And
So the Gators going to challenge the clear here, guys, on the far sideline.
Nice play by Kaiser.
Yep.
Kaiser's played well today.
He has. And I will tell you, I think some of the shooting is a little bit undisciplined. Presumably, the Sacred Heart Prep had a scouting report on Harvey, but Harvey, from what I've seen of him, is terrific low, and often will go low early.
Right, that's
and
what
come
we're
up high to make the save if he needs to. And it just seems like when you shoot the ball low, especially from in close, you're right into his wheelhouse.
There's a penalty flag down on the far side of the field, guys, and now we're going to get it. I think it's going to go against the Gators.
That looks like a hold.
Hold against the Gators. So the Bells penalty ended, and now the Gators penalty is going to start.
Well, that's all the way back on the ride. They got
on Max Sloat, the freshman, is now in the box. So the Bells have possession and a man up for a minute. With 1:56 to play, they're down 5 here. They need to score. So here comes Caven. Lux. Bennett. They're swinging it around. Well defended by the Gators as the ball hits the ground.
Unnecessary turnover there. Oh, good.
They got it back.
Nice job by Caven.
Bennett. Across the field.
All even.
Even strength now for the Gators.
Good penalty clear there by Sacred Heart. No shots.
Cottingham. Minute to play in the third. Bells down 5. Carter on the defense, number 10 in white. As we have a whistle, and that's going against the Bells. What was the call?
Moving pick.
A moving pick.
Interference.
So here come the Gators. 42 seconds to score here, up 5.
So, Carlos, a couple stats here to your point from earlier. Lou Harvey has 16 saves today.
That's unbelievable. He, as I mentioned, he was hot in the quarterfinal. Made a boatload of saves.
And that's just that's a lot of shots to see through 3 quarters. Nice skip pass.
Beautiful skip pass, but it misses Sloat. Sloat couldn't come up with it. The Gators turn it over here. 18.5 seconds remain for the Bells to score before the third quarter ends. They need to clear it first.
I hate that check.
So here come the Bells. 10 to shoot. Under
Kaiser
heavy
looks like
pressure.
He wants to go all the way here.
He's going to get a push on that. Maybe not.
And we have a whistle on the turnover. It goes against the Gators. Bells ball, 2.6 seconds. So they're going to have to be quick, really quick. And they're not going to get it done. The third quarter horn's going to sound. At the end of 3, it's 12-7 SHP here in the semifinal matchup. 1 quarter to play. We'll be right back from Atherton, California.
The latest score from the other semifinal game, St. Ignatius 6, Menlo 3.
Welcome back live here at Sacred Heart Prep Schools in Atherton, California. We're set to begin the fourth quarter of the semifinal matchup between the Gators in white of Sacred Heart Prep and the Bells in blue of Bellarmine Prep. We're going to have a face-off here to open the quarter, guys, as SHP leads 12-7 here as we enter the fourth and final quarter of the afternoon.
And Coach Weigel, you were right on the money about face-offs. Bellarmine did look to have the best of it at the beginning, but Sacred Heart has an 11-7, now 12-7 lead.
Yeah, here's
on
Will
face-offs.
Weisel. Shoots, and another save by Harvey, his 17th save of the afternoon. He's been awesome in cage for the Bells. There's another errant pass in transition. And really, guys, I think when the Bells go look at this film, it's going to be the transition offense and defense that they wish they could do it all over again.
I 100% agree. I think they've given a few away on easy passes. We're not talking about the 10-man ride. We're talking about simple clearing passes.
There's a beautiful clear pass by Weeb to Weisel. Another save by Harvey.
And Sacred Heart Prep needs to make one more pass on each of those last two possessions, and they'd have easy goals.
Well, there they get one. Harvey was out of the net, and Billy Barnes sticks it in for the 13th goal of the game for SHP, and they're starting to pull away now, up 6.
And that's two straight turnovers on opportunities to clear the ball by Bellarmine. And if you want to get back in this game, you can't afford to do that.
So it's now 13-7 Gators. That's Billy Barnes' second goal of the afternoon to join his brother, who has 3. Max Sloat leads all scores with 4 for the Gators. So we have a procedure there going against SHP. It's going to be Bell's ball, down 6. They need to score and score in a hurry.
That's not who they are.
No.
It's going to make it tough to come back here. You know, if you're a team whose character is to play zone and take time off the clock offensively, this is a tough position to be in.
You saw a quick shot there by the Bells. Number 8, Wilk, who has a goal. Bells maintain possession. Lux. Picked off by Paul Barton, who's having a heck of an afternoon. He tries to clear it. Williams to Barnes. Over to Sloat, who can't come up with it. That's the second time that's happened between those two.
That one's on Max. That's just a little too casual. You got a lot of time over there. Put your body in the way of the ball. Keep it in the field of play. Pick it up.
So here come the Bells, looking to clear. Sloat's not making it easy on him. Here, Ben Ramsey was coming on the backside there. Bell still looking to clear. And they do across the right side. 10 minutes to play in the game. Bells trail by 6. That's Joe Shea, number 6, in blue.
Senior midfielder. Nice shot.
It is. And that's Shea with the goal.
That beautiful placement.
Left-handed.
Right into the corner.
So
Go
the
ahead.
Bells stopped the run there and now trail by 5. Carlos?
I was just going to say, Bellarmine's been making a lot of mistakes in transition. Truthfully, I am not, at times on the ball, the Sacred Heart defensemen look pretty tough, but I don't know that they're playing great defense as a team. They've given up a fair number of goals given how much possession Bellarmine has had. Bellarmine's offense is normally much more deliberate, but I think they're getting pretty decent looks early in their possessions against Sacred Heart, and they're taking advantage of them. I don't know that if Sacred Heart advances that they're not going to need to shore up a little bit of that defense.
Well, it almost seems like they are deliberately leaving some of their guys on an island a little bit, right? There's no help on that. So if you're scoring unassisted goals without getting a slide, it tells me that they like their matchups, but lost that one. So interesting strategy. Maybe help a little bit more.
Wow. Pat Haggerty.
Call them the Splash Brothers. Tommy and Billy Barnds both scoring from deep.
Oh, that was Tommy? I missed it. I apologize. So Tommy's 4th goal of the game and extends the SHP lead to 6.
You can't afford to give away goals like that.
I mean, the last 2 goals have been open net goals from 35 yards. There's 9.5 minutes to go. It seems awful desperate to be giving up goals like that.
It certainly does. And I think whatever twist that Sacred Heart has put on the riding game today maybe isn't something that Coach Alpizar had seen before on tape or prepared for.
So Tommy Barnds with 4 goals on the afternoon, joining Max Sloat with 4 goals on the afternoon. Freshman and the senior. Off blue, Will Weisel will start the possession here for Sacred Heart.
Corin Bell for the first time on that face-off for Bellarmine.
Yeah, it had been all Rossi up to that point.
Agreed.
Well, I tell you, it's surprising to me, having not seen Bellarmine play before this year, that's the first time we've called Corin Bell's name.
I would agree. I think, he's only a sophomore here on this team, and I do think.
Make it 5 for Tommy Barnds. A laser upper shelf finds the back of the net, and it's 15-8 Gators.
Sublime, fellas. Enjoy it. You got one more game of watching shots like that from Tommy Barnds. That is spectacular.
So with that goal, he just tied Frankie Hattler on the career goals list at SHP with 212.
Jeez. How many total points, do you know?
I do. Tommy Barnds, I'm not sure how many assists he has today. He had 321 career points coming into this one. And under Frankie Hattler for that record, though.
Okay.
Frankie, 422 career points.
That's impressive. Not to take anything away from Frankie, one thing I would say, and as it pertains to Tommy, though, is he did that with his first 2 years as a midfielder. Right, Tommy Barnds grew up as a midfielder, played youth lacrosse as a midfielder, came into Sacred Heart Prep, had a great first 2 years as a middie, and then the last 2 years he's been asked to play attack. I think Tommy still thinks of himself as a true as a true midfielder. At least in my opinion, that's how I think of him. Mm-hmm. He's a midfielder who's playing attack as a team need right now, and he's still putting up those sorts of points.
Well, he's got 5 goals this afternoon to lead the way for the Gators as they lead 15-8, coming up on 8.5 to play. Last we heard, SI was leading Menlo 6-3 down in San Francisco. It's now, as we just get an update, it's now 10-3 SI over Menlo. So it's looking like SI is going to host the championship game on Friday, and it's looking like they're going to get the rematch with the Gators of SHP.
Yeah.
The 1 versus 2 seed rematch, second year in a row that those two teams would play in the championship if that happens. And I think it's the matchup that really everybody wanted.
That's what I want to see. Nothing against Bellarmine or Menlo, but I'm interested to see if Sacred Heart Prep can do the same thing they did last year. They had a 1-goal loss in the regular season final. They came back here and beat them 12-5 in the finals. What's going to transpire on Friday yet
Could we
remains to be
see
seen.
deja vu?
That's my question.
I will tell you, well, and first, to the point you made before, and I know these games aren't over, but certainly congratulations to Coach Alpizar and the Kim brothers over at Menlo for what they've done with these teams. They're competitive teams. I don't know that the score of this game is going to reflect, how well Bellarmine has played at times in this game and some of the individual efforts. But both of those teams, are ready to compete with the Sacred Hearts and the St. Ignatius of the world. To me, I happen to think in this final matchup that home field advantage is a big deal. And I think it's going to give SI maybe a little bit of an edge playing at home. And we'll see what the weather looks like in San Francisco on Friday.
It's not going to look like this, I'd bet.
It's not going to look like this. You can almost guarantee it. It's going to be 10 degrees, 15 degrees cooler, and a lot grayer, I would predict, there in the sunset in San Francisco.
And I will tell you, coming down here on a hot Friday afternoon after playing 2 other games in a week last year, looked like it took it out of SI. And they did not play with the same intensity that they usually play with. I don't think that was the first away playoff game I think they played in their history in the WCAL.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they lost their first regular season game, but it was a forfeit. And that's how Sacred Heart Prep ended up with home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So,
and I think, I think they will be, I think they really played that regular season game with a lot of intensity, knowing that they wanted to have that championship game at home. And, in a tight game, we'll see if it proves to be a little bit of an edge. But I think for both of these teams, you'd like to be playing on your home field in front of your home fans.
One thing I've seen, some of the mistakes we saw from Sacred Heart Prep on Friday against SI have really been cleaned up. And they look like they've regained their confidence. They're playing with some swagger. They're not making a lot of the same sort of silly mistakes they were making in transition in terms of throwing the ball away, throwing over guys' heads, going off sides. They look much tighter, but in the best way possible. Not tight as in lacking confidence, tight as in their systems look
more
good.
together.
More together, exactly right.
Yeah, I would agree. Having seen that game here a week ago, far fewer turnovers for the Gators, and just seemed to have a lot more confidence. And then the other difference, I think, is it'll be so interesting to see how it's played on Friday. But a week ago, SI came out with a clear plan to take Tommy Barnds out of the game. Bellarmine has not opted to do that, and it's cost them. So it'll be interesting to see how SI plays number 7 in white on Friday.
Yeah, well, I don't think it'll be. Your point's well taken, Mike, and I don't mean to dismiss it. I think Coach Packard would be crazy if he did anything other than what he did in the previous game. Why go away from that plan? Have you seen anything else that works that well against Tommy? He shreds a zone. He shreds man. I mean, you might as well go real early with a hard double or shut him off, and those were their 2 plays. So I think we'll see the same thing again would be my prediction.
Yeah, and then it's going to be interesting to see if Sacred Heart's offense handles it better than they did a week ago. So we have a timeout here by the Bells. Let's take a little breather with them. It's 15-8 SHP. Welcome back. We're live here at SHP where the Gators lead the Bells 15-8, under 6 minutes to play in the game. In the semifinal matchup, Michael Sachs joined by Greg Weigel and Carlos Trujillo. Pleasure to have you with us here as we wind down this semifinal matchup between the Gators and the Bells. Bells on the attack, looking to cut into the 7-goal deficit.
If they want to have any chance here, they've got to get one here and start playing make it take it the rest of the way. It may be too steep of a hill to climb, but
and they've already gotten through the set they drew up coming out. So now it's just about making
there
a
we
play.
have a shot and a score.
Senior midi Cottingham makes it happen. Those are the matchups you got to see. It's going to be Cottingham and Lux that need to make it happen for Bellarmine. I don't think, one-on-one, you don't want to go attack the poles for this SHP defense. And so it's going to be incumbent on those guys to break down the defense and make something happen.
No, and I agree. To me today, and Bellarmine has some super talented midfielders. But I've seen midfielders get to the cage without a ton of difficulty. And while, to me, if I'm an offensive coach, I don't want any part of the Sacred Heart close defense. But, I might be encouraged by my chances by the success the Bellarmine midfielders have had today against the SI short sticks. They may have to pick that piece of it up a little bit.
Carlos, when's the last time you saw a high school defenseman throw these, Johnny Surdick level slap checks like Paul Barton is?
Pat Haggerty gets on the board for the Gators. It's now a 16-9 lead. The senior gets one in here before it's all said and done.
Greg invoking the name of one of my favorite college players this year, Johnny Surdick of Army. Those are exceptional checks, and I'll tell you what makes them terrific is that, you see a lot of young defensemen just throw check after purposeless check. Every check that Barton, every check that Bean throw is a check on the stick or at the stick, looking to make something happen. Like Surdick, if they're throwing a check, it's because they think they're going to get the ball away. Otherwise, they're locked in playing defense.
Have you seen the tape of Surdick taking Pat Spencer's stick out of his hand?
Have I seen the tape? I think it's the number one thing that pops up on my YouTube channel every day.
Who does Army play in the first round?
Army plays Penn.
Okay.
And I would be on a plane back if I didn't have my own game to coach this week. But Army's a team that, like the teams you talked about today, Army plays spectacular defense and has spectacular short sticks on defense. And truthfully, when you have the best defenseman in the country, for my money.
Oh, my gosh. He's like the best defenseman and a half.
When you can take the presumptive Tuarton Trophy winner and hold him to 1 goal and 1 assist in 2 games, you're doing something right, and that kid's pretty special.
So here's the Bells on the attack again with 4:10 to play, down by 7. A shot beats Weeb again, a low one. And the Bells score another goal. They're off the stick of Chris Wilk. I believe that's his second of the afternoon. It's now 16-10 SHP lead.
And
again, SHP is going to have to do some work with their midfielders or slide a little bit earlier when they get to SI. Because the midfielders, I think at Bellarmine maybe attacked this way earlier, they may have had a better shot. But you can't make this many mistakes in transition on against a team like SHP and expect to have it be close.
I think the other thing that needs to be talked about, too, is the fact that the game is being played at this pace. There's been 26 combined goals. I think if Bellarmine wanted to have a chance at winning this thing, it needed to be at most half this many combined goals.
I would agree.
You were looking for a 7-6 game, but more realistically, probably a 4-3 or 5-4 game when Bellarmine has jumped up over the past 2 years and been able to bite some of these more talented teams in the Northern California area. It's been scores like that. I mean, I think it was a 4-3 game that they beat San Ramon Valley in 2018. That's how they need to play. That's where this game needed to be played for them to do well. And it's been all Sacred Heart prep.
It is. Pace. And I think, in truth, although this isn't Bellarmine style, I think they've risen to the occasion. If you look at the score right now, it's 16-10. Sacred Heart Prep has had 3 goals outside of the restraining area in transition in this game. You don't give up those 3 killer transition goals, and one of them with less than a second left on the clock. And maybe at 13-10, you've got a chance to get back in it.
That in my mind was the play of the game, that right before the end of the first quarter that Weisel scored in transition. Again, he had his back to the scoreboard, so he didn't know how much time was left. So just an amazing play to even get the shot off before the horn sounded, and then it finds the back of the net and beats a goalie that's had a heck of a day there in Harvey. To me, that turn of events there right before the end of the first quarter to make it a 6-3 lead was the biggest play of the game. Here's Billy Barnes looking to clear for SHP. Over to Carter. To Hart. Under 4 to play now. SHP protecting a 6-goal advantage.
You got to imagine coming out of this timeout, Coach Rattelli doesn't want to see his guys doing too much other than protect this lead.
No.
Slow it down. Keep it behind the goal with your shorties.
Don't get hurt.
If the jinx is in effect, that was Michael Sachs on that call, by the way.
Okay. All right.
Laugh it off now, Mike. There you go. Yeah, we're not playing for goals anymore.
Here's Sonsini.
No, it'll be interesting to see if the officials bother to put the stall on today.
I mean, they played the offense for almost a minute. They should be talking about it at this point, right?
They've had it for a minute now.
They certainly should. I don't know that it's, well.
Does it make sense? Is it warranted with
It's also an
minutes and
empty
a 6-goal
net.
lead? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know that it's warranted in that situation.
Harvey's playing defense. The net's open.
Ooh, that's a tough call.
We have a flag. It's going to go against the Bells, I
think they got Bravo for a slash.
Slash on Bellarmine. Sacred Heart will be man up.
Yep, you're right, Greg. That is the penalty. Slash on Bravo. So the Gators not only have a six-goal lead, but they're going to have a man up here for a minute.
Boy, they really got bailed out by that penalty call.
Someone just took a timeout as well.
I wonder if Coach Fratelli had taken a timeout in anticipation of the double team.
Timeout Sacred Heart.
Yeah, it's Coach Rotelli takes his second and final timeout of the game. Let's stay here. I think we're in fine form. We don't need a break.
Without a doubt.
2:50 to play. SHP up 6.
You may need to see a doctor.
Tom, do we have any update on the
back
SI
like
game?
that, Mike.
What was the last? 11-6 was the last update we had. SI over Menlo.
I think the refs here, they had a little conversation. I don't know that they're going to bother with a stall warning. I also think they're going to ensure that this game doesn't get a little chippy. I don't know that check in the first quarter would have warranted a penalty, but they're certainly not going to let these guys take a piece out of each other here in the last 2.5 minutes of a 6-goal game.
So again, as we said quite a few times, this is the semifinal. Winner faces the winner of SI and Menlo, and right now SI leads. So that championship game looming large in just 2 days from now. As Max Sloat's just going to take the open net himself. He scores. SHP now leads 17-10 on Sloat's 5th goal of the afternoon to join Tommy Barnds with 5 goals as well.
I think that's a tough situation for Bellarmine. You don't practice often man-down double teams behind the cage. I just think, maybe a little bit too much to ask. But
well, I'll tell you, based on the way they were able to pull Harvey out of the goal and get a double team by pulling the goalie, they've certainly practiced that. That was really well executed. Getting high school kids to get on the same page on the fly like that is pretty tough, actually.
It is, and I think asking him to do it shorthanded is a little bit much.
Wow, they went out of the box early. Has anybody called release?
Yeah, they sure did.
Ooh. There you go. They finally got it now, and it's a quick release for Weisel.
Here comes Weisel, who's off to the races. Barnes inside to Sloat. Another goal by young Max Sloat, his 6th goal of the afternoon, and it's all SHP now, 18-10.
Coach Rotelli looking like a kid that may have gotten caught with the dog eating his homework on that one. I think he might want his team to go ahead and pull the ball out and not stick too many more in against the league opponent here. I think he would have maybe preferred that they hang on to that one, but it's hard to slow the dogs down in transition.
He's talking right now to his assistant, Sean Mayle.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an 18-10 game now, but how long ago was this a 3-goal game and didn't feel like this?
No, it certainly didn't.
Yeah, it was a 3-goal game when Corrigan scored for Bellarmine to cut it to 10-7. Now 18-10.
Yeah.
2 minutes left.
2 to play here. It's all SHP. Sloat, who has 6 goals with the ball in his stick, over to Billy Barnds. Across the field to Sonsini.
Boy, Max Sloat showed up to play today. He's had a couple big games recently. This is his second 6-goal game in the last week and a half, something like that. He had a 6-goal game against Monte Vista, and now a 6-goal game in the semifinals against Bellarmine. We'll see if he can show up and produce like anything close to this against St. Ignatius. I don't think if you're Chris Fratelli, you expect a 6-goal performance. You'd be happy with a couple points, though. And if he can generate a couple points, that's a big deal for Sacred Heart Prep.
I don't think he scored against SI a week ago.
He did not. No goals, no assists, several turnovers.
So we're coming up on just 1 minute to play here in this semifinal between the second-seeded Gators and the third-seeded Bells. It's going to go to the Gators, and they're going to move on to Friday's championship game, which we expect to be played in the sunset of San Francisco at St. Ignatius.
I'll tell you, as these games move forward with the type of quality of lacrosse that's being played in the WCAL, they've got to look to move these games a little bit earlier later in the afternoon or play them on a weekend. It's a shame to see two teams like Sacred Heart Prep and St. Ignatius play in front of a half-full stadium because people and kids can't get to the field by 3:30 in the afternoon.
3:30 is a tough time for people to make on a Friday.
I believe that's a WCAL league rule that's when games have to start.
It's a rule they need to look at. If they really want to promote lacrosse, and you've got two of really the best teams in the Bay Area, probably two of the best teams in California, you've got to give them a chance to be seen by as many people as possible.
Well, this one's in the books, guys. SHP beats Bellarmine 18-10 and moves on to the championship game to face St. Ignatius.
It should be an exciting game.
It's going to be a great one. We appreciate you joining us. We hope to be with you on Friday at 3:30 Pacific between the top-seeded Wildcats of St. Ignatius and the second-seeded Gators of SHP. For Greg and Carlos, I'm Michael. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.